So, what she did was, the mother is following the child. The mother is always following. I told you, seagulls are very close knit family. They train their kids until they are ready to lay their eggs and all, and after that they are able to breed. Okay, now you okay, tata, bye bye, you can go wherever you want. They think a lot. Very clever. Who taught the mother to fly off with the fish? Just on the ledge he was standing, on the brink of the ledge. She brought the fish and he was seeing it was so tasty, mom scrapping, they hit with the beak, they pick up the fish and then they rub their beak on the stone, and they eat it, gulp it down. They skin the fish also, whatever they don't want to eat. You have to see nature. I have stayed by the seaside for some time. All my summer holidays during school, my parents used to take me to the seaside, Gopalpur, that's in Odisha. The Odisha-Andhra border, beautiful sea beach. The army base is there, the navy base is there of Chandikol, Chhatrapur, and one of the lighthouses which are there on the beach, so ships and all are going, and that's a nice place. So I used to see eagles, seagulls, catching fish from the water, sitting on the top, or the boats have brought in fish, they used to throw the fish, this fellow used to come, dive and take the fish and go and sit and eat. I've seen things happening. I also love nature. I have learnt a lot through looking at people, seeing them. Have you seen people in the mall, in front of the escalators? That's the best thing, the first step, the first thing scared. Mostly the aunties, the grandmas, and some men also, some boys also, they are so damn scared to touch that escalator. What's happening? It's going up. I'll fall. I'll get stuck. My leg will go inside it. No, it does not happen. That fright is there. Oh my God, I'm getting up. Tuck. Or you catch someone's hand and say, oh, today is final. And you start going. Then you see, oh, awesome, yeah, I'm just moving. It's taking me up. I'm on that step only. You think your auntie thinks that my sari will get stuck in the step. It does not get stuck. It cannot catch on to anything. It's made in that way that any long garment is also there. It's going to brush through it. Now, malfunctions do happen. It might get stuck. So, what did the mother do? Brought the fish next to him. He was very happy, he thought he's going to eat. And she suddenly flew. The writer has not said that here. But we assume that she took a flight on the brink of it. So, when she'll take a flight, he's going to go to catch that. And then he'll fall. In Japan or in China, Japan or Tokyo, somewhere, or Singapore, they drop their babies in the pool and they start swimming. You'll want to live. You'll want to save yourself. Life is much more beautiful. Dogs can swim, elephants can swim. So as she took the flight, he thought he's going to eat it. He was off that brink of the ledge. He was falling down. Headlong, he was falling down. Suddenly, God has made birds in such a way that if it opens its wings, it's going to take the air. How does the eagle soar on the skies? It just glides through with its wings open. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't flap. It just glides. Because the wings are made, God has made that animal in such a way, that bird such a way, that it's going to catch hold of the wind. It's going to make him glide. That's why they're unique. Everyone is unique. He was falling down, suddenly opened his wings, suddenly felt the breath or the air hitting his breast, chest, and his wings, they shake, the powerful wind is there. And he sees that he's no more falling, he's now gliding. And he flaps his wing, he starts flying, and they're so happy. That first courage, what will you call it? Courage, not confidence. Now he will gain confidence. When he goes into the water also, he is floating on the water. Now that courage, that first step which is done, is going to give him confidence. So, acknowledge your fear. It's all right that we feel fear. We have to feel scared in life. We all face challenges every day. From issues at work, disagreements at home, which we can choose to either confront with courage or run away from it to avoid it. Many of us approach these challenges with we grit our teeth, reach deep down and find courage to power through. But what happens when we look at challenges in life? What happens when we run away? Our confidence suffers. When we are scared, we don't feel good about ourselves. I'm not saying that it's unacceptable to be afraid. We have to be afraid. I was also afraid. When the first time I had been given a gun to shoot, I was afraid. It hit me so hard on my cheek, I said, no more, it's done. The gun backfires. It's perfectly normal to be afraid. It's how we approach these challenges that affects our self-esteem. How can we approach this anxiety-producing scenario with courage instead of fear? It's not about just reading the chapter, solving the question answer. We must know what is this. Why has this writer written this? If I can share this information, you can just open your, whatever question comes, you will shoot through. What is this fear and confidence all about, this parable? A question might come where the seagull is sitting. That's quite funny. Let me just check if that question is there. Why was the young seagull afraid to fight? Do you think among the birds afraid of the fight, do the sight of food madden him? Yes. Thank God there's no question like that. We must know this story has been given just not to solve question answer, we must get into it. How do we overcome our fears? Acknowledge your fear. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We should be only scared of fear and human beings in today's world. Acknowledge your fear. It's good or it's okay that we are feeling scared or feeling that fear, trying to repress it so you don't feel it at all, in a sense, what to say, we try to repress that so that we don't feel it at all, that fear. That will only make it bigger and scarier. We have to feel the fear, sit with it, then let it go. I had told you about my dream one day. I was dreaming and there was this type of nightmare type of thing, something was happening and someone said, be careful, there is a storm coming, come and take my help. It was something dream like that. Some negative things were happening inside me, and someone was telling me, come and take help from that person. I did not want to take help. So in my dream I said, just move off, I am the storm. Then suddenly I saw that parable also was there somewhere on the net. The devil asks, says that, be careful, there's a storm coming, come and take shelter from me. And then it says, back off, I am the storm. So you have to take in fear sometimes, feel that fear, and then overcome it. Dig deep into it. Sometimes it doesn't take much, but sometimes we have to go pretty deep inside within ourselves to find the courage to face scary situations. We have to go through those few layers that may not be so comfortable in order to get that layer of pure bravery that you are after. I was posted in Assam and I was given this gun, and we had these alpha groups, and I was scared in the jungles. Literally I was scared. That was my first time. I never knew what to do. I used to shoot this side, that side, everywhere. Then I gained confidence, I was scared of the dark. I started going out on my cycle at night. I started going out with my bike at night. Now I can drive 700, 800 kilometers alone whole night. I don't care if anyone is there with me or not. I used to sit on the terrace alone at night. I wanted to feel the fear. What is going to happen? Let's see. So we'll keep it till here, and I'll come back again. And I hope this was great. This was a special class I wanted to do with you all with one shot, so that I can explain quite a lot, and I don't want to do it in parts. But again, I'll come back and let you know more about confidence and courage. I'll be coming back in your SST as well. So take care, be good, stay safe, and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.